I'm going to tell you why you should consider a meal ingredients home delivery service to save both money and time. Hi future millionaires, welcome back to Debt to Millionaire Daily. I'm John. If you're new to the channel, I'm an entrepreneur taking you on my journey from a negative net worth of almost minus $100,000 to becoming a millionaire. My net worth in November 2020 is minus 94,000 US dollars. If you want to make explosive income, get out of debt and become a millionaire, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can see how I do it and how you can too. So, meal ingredient home delivery services. I use a company called HelloFresh. This is a box I just received from HelloFresh just today. They ship out a week's worth of ingredients for meals at a time. I choose a particular option where I select 5 different meals and they send me 2 portions of each. So basically I cook one in the evening, I make 2 portions, I have one for dinner, and then I eat the other portion that's already made for lunch the next day, so I don't have to cook lunch. You don't have to go with HelloFresh, there are lots of other companies out there. This just happens to be the one that I've started with in the last probably 2 months is when I started, and they had a really good introductory offer where it worked out at about £2, a little over $2 per portion, which is insane. Like, you can put a good meal together for that just buying the separate ingredients. So they must have been taking a loss on that just to hook you in as a customer. But even though now it's at full price, it's still worth it. And these are the reasons why. Why should you go with a meal ingredients home delivery service over just going to the supermarket? Well, reason number 1 is you'll save a ton of money. You don't necessarily save money on the meals that you buy because it's quite high relative to the ingredients that they give you, just because they've got to make a profit and also the cost of delivering them to you. However, when you go to a supermarket, unless you're sticking really strictly to a shopping list that you've done in advance and doesn't have any extra stuff on it, you're going to buy extra stuff that you want. You just see it and you want it. Maybe you're hungry when you go in shopping, and then you buy some extra stuff, so you spend more than you need to. But if you buy a home delivery service like this and they just give you the exact ingredients for the meals that you've selected in advance, then you're not going to spend any more than the cost of those meals being delivered to you. So overall, I found that I've been saving money going with this delivery service, but because I'm not being tempted by other stuff like chocolate, I'm a big chocoholic, but I've managed to cut that out entirely just by not going to a supermarket and not seeing it in front of me when I'm going around and buying stuff. Reason number 2 is that on top of saving money from the, not buying other random stuff that you don't need, you also save the time of going to the supermarket. So I got into quite a bad habit of going to the supermarket almost every day. So I'd just buy 1 meal's worth of stuff at a time and then some snacks and then bring it back, cook it, and then the next day it starts all over again. So then I have to do another 30 to 60 minute walk to the supermarket. Time is money, especially when you're working for yourself. And the value of that hour that you spend each day, or let's say 7 hours a week just going to the supermarket, those 7 hours could be really valuable in that they could have been spent growing your business, growing your revenue, growing your net profit. Who knows how much that could be that you're missing out on by spending the time going out to the supermarket. 4th reason to go with a meal ingredient home delivery service like HelloFresh is that you don't have to think about what you're going to have to eat. Like, you've already chosen it in advance from a menu that they change each week. So there's a list of maybe 30 or 40 different recipes, and they rotate on a weekly basis, so your different selection each week. And you can just have a quick scroll through the images, see what you think's nice, and then you just add those to the box that you get delivered to you the following week. But this was actually the main reason why I first started using HelloFresh. I had such decision fatigue from running my businesses and working as a freelancer that when it got to dinner time and I was thinking what I'm gonna have to eat, I just don't know, I just didn't want to deal with it. So it just got to the point where I just wasn't cooking dinner until like 10 p.m. So since I've been getting the HelloFresh boxes, it's already all decided for me in that they made the selection I can choose from, and then I've already chosen in advance just in one moment. It takes like 1 minute just to choose a whole week's worth of meals. So that's a huge advantage for me. I don't get the decision fatigue from having to choose what I want to eat every day. Sounds like a small thing, but it really makes a big difference when you get to the end of the day. And the final reason why I love HelloFresh in particular is that, like I said, they have a great selection of different recipes from all different kinds of food that I wouldn't normally try, I wouldn't even attempt to make. For one, because you can't necessarily get those ingredients that they provide just easily in a supermarket, or at least I haven't seen some of them. But also I just wouldn't think to make some of the dishes. It's just made me be much more adventurous with my cooking. They provide really easy instructions, or should I say instructions that are written really clearly and are easy to follow. So someone who has absolutely terrible cooking skills like myself can make them and they work out perfectly, probably 90% of the time. Sometimes I miss a few of the steps just by misreading it, but that's not their fault. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Check out the blog, Debt2Millionaire.com. I'm also on social media at Debt2Millionaire. You can watch the Debt to Millionaire journey from the start by watching the Debt to Millionaire daily playlist on this YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.